Good evening, gamers. So, I've been doing the war for a while now, and I've kind of only been doing the war for a while now, for a couple weeks now. So I wanted to put out a different video, the one that's not just me recommending anime over and over and over again without any break. So today I want to talk about something that I've been sort of thinking about for a long time, and that is One Punch Man Season 2, which I know is controversial. It has split a lot of people. A lot of people hate it. I was definitely in that camp. I hated the show when I first saw it. I saw that back in 2016. I remember One Punch Man was, I think, the second or third anime I ever watched, so it has a really special place in my heart. I watched season 1 of it. It was amazing. It was phenomenal. And then I went to watch season 2, and yeah, it was very, very lackluster. It was not at all up to the same level I thought as season 1. Where every episode was just a 10 out of 10 banger. I was laughing my ass off the whole time. Just season 1 was great, and I think everyone universally liked season 1. And when I watched season 2, because I'd only watched a couple anime, I thought it was a completely different show at first. I was like what is this? Because the animation, it looked very like herky-jerky compared to season 1. The jokes just fell a little flat to me. The whole world felt just very different. I'd say like the character dynamics were very different. It just felt like a completely different show, so I absolutely hated it. I think I got like 5 episodes in, and I just quit watching it altogether, and I went on to watch Attack on Titan or some other show that was coming out at the time, right? And then I sort of went back and I watched the rest of it purely to get through the story, but I really hated every bit of it. I was only watching it because I was somewhat invested in the story. Since then, I've showed the show off to my sister and my friend, and both times my opinion of the show improved. And I've been thinking about it, thinking about season 2 for quite a while now, and my opinion on it now is that it's not actually that bad. And I know that's a hot take, and I'm going to explain why I think that. Now, there's no doubt, compared to season 1 of One Punch Man, season 2 is like a hot, steamy sack of doo-doo. Because season 1 is just phenomenal, right? But if we compare season 2 to a lot of other shonen and a lot of other anime that comes out, roll some anime here that's really bad, it's really good. I'd say I would give it about an 80%, and here's why. The jokes are actually really funny. They actually do the comedic timing quite well. Watching it the second time, I don't know what I was thinking it wasn't funny. I think because the humor is different than the first season, the timing's a little bit off. I thought it wasn't funny. I didn't laugh at the jokes, and maybe I was just so pissed off because the animation quality was bad. I wasn't even listening to the jokes. I don't really know. But the second time I watched it, I was laughing my ass off. I was like, these are really funny jokes. Meeting King was hilarious. Meeting like sort of the Twisted Tornado and her psychic sister, what's her name? Tatsumaki? I don't remember their names. I have a really hard time with names in general. Basically, that whole arc with the sort of the assassins and other characters was hilarious. Like, I love that whole arc. I love that whole dynamic. And even though I'd say Saitama had a smaller role, I really liked sort of the expanding of the universe where you sort of see more of the heroes, you see more of what they're actually like, and there's more of sort of the association being brought into the story. In addition to just that, I personally believe that without Garo added to the story would have been kind of dead in the water. We see sort of the overpowered, broken hero in Saitama, right? But we never really see a good villain. There's nothing really standing against Saitama other than his mundane problems, right? That's most of the plot of season 1 is Saitama is just so overpowered. There's almost no opposition. The only opposition to Saitama is the annoying things that are sort of holding him back from his goals, right? Well, in season 2, when we meet Garo, we sort of see the perfect villain, I would say, where he's almost heroic in a way. Like, of course he kicks the shit out of, like, heroes all the time, but he doesn't kill anyone. He has his own moral code. He really doesn't do anything bad. Like, all he does is beat the shit out of heroes, but he doesn't even kill them. It's a really great story. So we see the broken hero, the broken villain, and I'd say without Garo added to the story would have been dead in the water. So are there things to hate about season 2 of One Punch Man? Like, sure there are. Sure there are. Like, the decreased quality of animation, sort of the decreased quality of the jokes, the lack of, I'd say, Saitama in season 2. But even, like, the fight scenes, like, when you watch the fight scenes, I don't even think the fight scenes are that bad. Sure, they sort of left out one or two of the big fight scenes and animated another couple, I'd say, sort of poorly. But even then, there are some fight scenes in season 2 of One Punch Man that are still really good. I'm going to show a few examples on the screen right now. But there were times I was watching season 2 the second time through and I was like, this really doesn't look that bad. I don't remember this being this good animation quality. I think again because I had season 1 so ingrained into my mind, I couldn't really get over it to watching or sort of accepting the animation in season 2. And sure, there are moments that I sort of think they definitely got lazy. I know no animator is really lazy. All animation is hard. There were times that they didn't, I'd say, hold themselves to the same standard as season 1. But I think that's fine. I really do think that's fine. I don't think there's a huge issue with that. The issue I already talked about, comedy. I don't think the comedy was really that much decreased. It was a bit different. I don't think any of the characters were really slept on. I think the anime was very true to the characters. I really don't think season 2 was that bad. I mean, I think it was actually above average for the anime coming out at the time. I think the expectation of season 2 of One Punch Man was so high that there was no way, particularly with the studio change, that season 2 is ever going to live up to the hype of season 1. And I really think it's a shame. I love season 1, but it almost ruined season 2, I think, for most people. Now, the reason I wanted to talk about this is with season 3 sort of on the event horizon for the anime community, I think the expectation is still there and everyone's still very curious to see what season 3 is going to look like. And I would sort of say, be open-minded as you watch it, because we're probably not going to get season 1 again. Season 1 was phenomenal. It was really the rarity in most situations. And I think we should learn to appreciate the animation quality that we get and sort of take the story for what it is. Because the story is still amazing. If you've read the manga like I have, then you'll know the story in season 3 is going to be amazing. I think the jokes are still going to be amazing. I think the animation quality will be okay. I don't think a lot of hardcore fans are going to accept it. But I'm open-minded. I'm going to be optimistic about it, and I would encourage you to be as well, because you might enjoy it. I definitely enjoyed season 2 a lot more when I was more, I'd say, positively minded towards the content. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more cringy talk about anime. Or if you just like to see my cute face, please just give me a subscribe. Please. I'm begging you. Please. And I will see you next Wednesday on War.